My beautiful stars, reading time. I wanted to do a divine check-in, but it's my little brother's birthday today. He's not so little, he's turning 30. So they normally go for a very long time, and I just don't think I have the time today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do person on your mind, their true feelings towards this situation. But I'm feeling the right collective. I keep hearing energy block has been removed. So I feel the right collective, which I'm about to confirm. I feel there's just a release of emotion. You could even be thinking, am I ready to date? Am I ready to get myself back out there? I just feel there's a release of longing. Okay, so this one should be interesting. Maybe this reading's finding you for clarity if you should start moving on. So let's have a look. I'm excited. All right, first let's actually confirm the connection quickly first. Then I just want to confirm the right collective's energy, and then we'll really get into it. Okay, so what's going on? Clearly there's some form of separation if you're feeling like you're ready to move on, but let's confirm. All right. So oh my God, a separation, literally. So separation, sadness, missing you, thinking of you, yearning, unsure of the future. Sword of truth, a revelation. I think this is already confirming the right energy. And then maybe could be feeling this is a little bit one-sided right now. Maybe this is where the revelation is, really starting to sink in. Self-absorbed, I don't want to say narcissist, but you feel this is one-sided. Maybe there was a lot of love bombing at the start of this, or a real intense emotion, a real conquering energy, like this person really tried to conquer you at the start. But right now, for the right collective, there's this clarity, there's a truth, there's just this revelation coming over you. You're standing in your power. I feel the energy it's like there's been a shift overnight for the right collective. Okay, so we do have heart with a key and soulmate. I think that moving on or not for the right collective, there will always be a place in your heart for this person. Okay, there will always be a chapter of your life that is unforgettable in your mind, but maybe you are questioning. I know this is about soulmates, but soul connection, but the soul contract energy is really popping out for me. Maybe you've had a moment of thinking, was this just part of my soul contract that pushed me into my power, that pushed me into finding myself? I don't think the right collective, even though we've got golden mirror here, I don't feel you have resentment for this love story. I don't feel that maybe you did for a while. Clearly, if there's been parts of you thinking this person's a bit golden mirror energy, there has been frustration and anger and sadness. But again, I just feel a new perspective is coming over this collective, and soulmate or not, soul connection or not, you're starting to realize the value you personally gained from this love story. And it's like you're kind of happy or you're at peace if that's all this was just something to maybe help you on your healing journey. But let's keep going. Separation, sadness. I don't think, anyway, let's get one for that. Oh, being a little bit fussy. There we go. Healthier choices. That's what I feel. There's not sadness anymore. This is about healthier choices in love, in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. Huge confirmation. Strung along, option, whatever it is, you're seeing this differently. Like I said, I think there has been sadness. There has been a bit of frustration. But this energy, I don't think bothers you anymore. It's like the right collective, and I always say we are the provider of our own closure, but I think this collective, you found your closure in your self-evolution, which is nice. Sword and Rose. I always say the Sword of Truth, but it's called the Sword and Rose. Having time with friends, trying to move on. You're starting to find happiness in your singlehood, okay? Living in the moment. You're focusing on having fun. Again, healthier choices. This is the revelation. And that's what I was feeling at the start. I just think it's not that you're like, I'm going to start dating, but you're starting to be more open to... It's like... It doesn't make you feel fearful anymore to move on. It's not like you're in the outlook that this love can't be replaced. It's, well, not that any love can be replaced, but I think for a long time, the right collective, you never thought you would find this kind of happiness with someone again, or this depth of love with someone again, or someone else that you could give the key to your heart. And this is where the transition is coming for the right collective, which really does mean you've done a lot of self-improvement and work, okay? You're starting to really realize your worth. And I think this collective, you were so fixated on, this is my soul connection, this is the person that has the key to my heart. You were failing to really understand through this separation that you did feel strung along, that you did just feel like an option, that you weren't a priority, that this did end up being one-sided, that you were putting in more effort here to bring you guys back to the same page than this person was. And I say this all the time, when we're in a connection and we've only got one person healing, it's not going to go anywhere. And for the right collective, knowing they're healing or not, you haven't seen that. You haven't seen the internal change. So just naturally, you're starting to think, you know what? I can't... Yes, this person will always be a pivotal chapter, but I can't keep holding on to the what if, okay? I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be having fun. And side note, maybe this is part of the revelation. You've noticed that this person seems happy, that they seem to be having fun, that they're going out with friends. And it's like, why should I carry the burden of pain if this person presents like they're not in pain? Okay, and I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm confirming the right collective's energy. Golden Mirror. Oh God, there it is. So we got Twin Flame. Maybe you're questioning your whole divine journey. Actually, I don't think the right collective, you are questioning the twin flame. It's not that, because like I said, a specific detail here is, you know, whatever the case, this was part of your soul contract, that you have found evolution, that they have played a pivotal role in your life, okay? But maybe you are also thinking, divine or not, twin flame or not, when that veil is in place, I can't make this person see me. I'm not going to put my life on pause anymore. And I say this all the time. Do you know how many people I read that say, I cannot get over this person, they're my twin flame? It's bullshit. You can get over this person. The reason you guys think you can't get over this person is because of your love trauma, either your abandonment, your codependence, your lack of worthiness, not getting the closure, so not getting the answers to the situation. This is what makes you guys hold on. When true divines find their self-worth and their appreciation, all those qualities that were holding you back in life before, you have a release. any true divine that comes into actual physical union is when you guys release, when you detach, when you see yourself, when the tables truly turn and you are strong enough to put up those boundaries and you don't fall short to the flattery. You find the honesty in the situation. You don't budge unless the right action is put on the table. It's like, again, that 8 of Pentacles, the dedicated effort. When you are in the phase of saying, I cannot move on from this person because they are my twin flame, you're still riddled with trauma and you're still riddled with miscued reflection of yourself. Okay, thinking that having partnership and companionship is the completion to life, is the thing that's going to make you happy. Wrong. This right collective, this is the energy block that's being removed. Again, it's not with resentment. They will always hold a space in your heart, but you're ready in your mind, but I can give my key to someone else. I can be happy again. And that's beautiful. Very beautiful. Heart with a key. You're starting to come into your internal yin and yang, your balance, your own inner union, your own duality. Very nice. This palm tree, I think you're starting to realize I've endured enough. Okay, I'm holding on to a version, a what if, that I have not seen. I have not seen any action to show me this can be stable, this can be permanence, this can be this blah blah blah. Again, it's the release. Again, you're starting to realize when you love someone, love's probably your biggest strength in this world, which is beautiful. Our divines, that is your biggest strength, your heart space. But you're starting to realize, when I give the key to my heart to someone, I give them everything and I deserve the same back. And that you're ready for stability in your life. You're ready to really start grounding. You're sick of being unhappy, okay? But you're starting to realize you've put yourself in unhappiness by not going out, by not putting yourself in happier situations, by sitting in your home thinking life's just going to miraculously change. It's like the pennies dropping that, unfortunately, healing or not, you really have. You've chose to stay in longing and agony, okay? And I know it's part of the journey, but I always say that flip needs to switch. You need to start making those decisions in life to be happier again, getting a better structure, getting a better routine, taking yourself out on dates, meeting new friends, not always cancelling plans because you're like, oh no, I'd rather just stay at home in sadness. It's like the right collective, the penny is really starting to drop, that you make the decisions in your life, that you create your reality with how you think and feel, okay, and the decisions you make. You're sick of being in self-pity. I always say self-pity is poison. If you don't like your life, change it. It's our choice, okay? Soul contract. Sick of obsessing. This has blocked you. The labels have blocked you and you realize it. And side note, I don't think you realize this. And it's so funny. Everything I say is for a reason. I know it's my brother's birthday, but I wanted to do a divine check-in. And I was like, no, I don't have time. But now that I'm reading this, it makes sense why I don't want to do a divine check-in. Because there really is a release here. You don't see this, the right collective. You don't see that this is evolving. You really are going through inner child healing and growth. I love tapping into collectives like this. It's very refreshing. I love all my collectives. I say it all the time. But I feel the reason I'm being called to more do this is you don't understand where this energy release has come from. Literally from up above. Very nice. And all your hard work. All your hard work. Okay, I just want to quickly confirm your energy, and then we'll break this all down. Oh my God, the coffin. You're putting it to rest. You're putting the pain to rest, the loss, the forgotten memories, the absent-minded. I feel this is what's being put to rest right now. I don't want to say you're over and done in an angry way, but it is. It's like, I'm done with this. Okay, 8th of the 9th, 9th of the 8th. Birthday memory. And P.S., you could just, side note, I'm going to say it doesn't always come to my mind, but you could have just gone through a loss as well. I find a lot of divines, when you first separate, you both go through a lot of passings. Let it be grandparents, close friends, parents, animals. You guys experience quite a bit of death through separation. And in an odd right, and passing is not good to experience when it's, someone you really care about, but it's really meant to, outside of the box, teach you guys that life is too short to waste and we should live every day as our last. But unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't happen that way. Sometimes going through those passings, it actually builds resentment that you guys aren't there for each other, instead of seeing the reason this is really presented is to show you not to waste your life, because the universe really does try, and divine separations are long and they don't want you in the pain, but they can only teach you the layers through emotion. And true divines, you come from such a trauma-filled space, it's really hard for you, and to find self-love is hard when you've had a life of not seeing yourself properly. But even in a lot of you guys, especially the masculines, can actually come into near-death experiences as well to wake them up. It's the reason I'm saying this for this collective, but unfortunately it's not always the case. Anyway, I'm finally seeing things clearly. You're finding clarity. You're starting to go over important details that you were missing. You're examining the fine print, which is actually making you larger than life right now. I just don't think this collective, you're blinded to the labels anymore. And it's the labels that hold you guys back. Until you can detach from, that's my soul connection, that's my divine. Unfortunately, it adds to the subconscious program of dealing with all their shit and having more compassion for them than yourself, because again of the expectation, that's my divine, we're going to have a happily ever after, we're here for this. The detachment of the label is so important, and we speak about this nearly every reading that we're tapping into divines. This isn't good. You don't need to hold on to negativity to release. And what I felt from this, I didn't think the right collective was, but because you're going over fine details, okay, you did get the key on the ring and you got the golden mirror. You don't need to tarnish what's been created because of this love bond. You don't need to be thinking of the backstab, the betrayal, the deception, the silent treatment, the seduction. You don't need to think of that. Just because you're releasing, you don't need to then create judgment on this person, okay? You can release in peace and fall back to whatever the case. You changed my life. Without this chapter of my life, I would not be who I am today, okay? It's a common thing for the human brain, especially when we have to give ourselves our own closure and we're in magnifying energy, to hold on to this stuff. But it's not good. It just weighs you down. Without this person, you wouldn't have found yourself love. And that's blessing enough. 27th of the 7th could be an important memory or birthday. And side note, maybe just you feel there's a little bit of deception around you at the moment. Or not this person, just in general. Maybe you also are questioning some friendships or co-workers or I brought up my brother before, and everything I say is for a reason. Maybe it's a sibling as well. You don't need to be negative right now. You're finally finding happiness, so don't let this kind of behavior bother you. Okay. If you don't trust people around you right now, you don't need answers. Just put a boundary up. I think you're happy. Sorry, pig. 19th to the 6th. You're standing alone right now, but you're happy. You finally transitioned out of, I feel lonely, to, you know what, I'm independent. I can do what I want when I want. There's a beautiful guidance system coming over you right now. But maybe and I was about to say government, look what's going on in the world. I don't want to touch on it. I'm not a politics kind of person, but anyone that watches me on Snapchat, I knew this was coming anyway. But governments, institutions, hierarchy, legal systems, corporations, maybe there's a big focus on worldly matter right now for you as well, and I wouldn't blame you. It's heavy energy, but you're gonna be okay. Again, try not to hold on to things that are weighing you down. But I know what's happening is really going to affect the economy. And I always say, when it comes to pentacles in this world, like, I ain't silly. I know the cost of living, and I know that can be stressful for anyone. But just what we focus on, we create. You're going to be okay. Even me saying that, I feel it's such a sensitized topic, and I don't want to feel like I'm coming off without compassion with that either. I understand the stresses that can create. Okay, I just want to make it clear. Sometimes I can present insensitive unintentionally, and that was not trying to come from an insensitive place. Finances. So the right collective is clearly a little bit of a stress of yours right now. Remember, you are a child of the divine. Okay. Resources, finances, investments, money, income, large quantity, lavish bodies of water. I'm hearing financial increase, but I don't want to say that because I feel the right collective, you're going to be okay with finances. But again, I just don't want to touch on it too much here. The tree, you're protected, okay? But you are actually grounding. Personal growth, past life, relationships evolving. Your connection to source is more powerful than ever, okay? More of a spiritual outlook when we're really stressing about finances. Just when we really stress about love, all it does is create abundant blocks. Okay, all it does is create blocks energetically with love. And it's a little bit sad because it's like you're finally detaching from the energy block of longing for love, and now we've got a financial block coming in. Just try to see outside of the box. I definitely feel this collective is protected when it comes to that avenue. And I don't know why I'm hearing this, but I'm going to say it. Sometimes things fall apart. Well, they always fall apart for a reason. The universe is never working against us. They're working for us. But if you look back in life, the universe does this to everybody, not just lucky people or protected people, but everything can seem like it's just going downhill. In the very last second, it's like everything falls into place, and it's to teach us to trust that we're always protected and guided. Okay, there's a reason it's coming to my mind, but your connection is very powerful right now. You might feel your intuition's off tap. You're getting very powerful dreams, or, you know, the ascension symptoms, things you're speaking, they're happening in time. I feel for the right collective, you can really feel that there's just this upgrade in the mind, body, and soul at the moment. Sign. So what you're putting to rest, and what did we deviate with this coffin and divines? We had a huge deviation about loss and this and that. This is the collective. Don't make it fit. You're finally releasing the expectation. Magic. This collective, I can't wipe the smile off my face. And I always say we embody the collective's energy. I just feel you're feeling light. And there's not this agony for releasing this. There's just understanding and acceptance. And I love it. It's very nice. Okay. And I have to confirm, it's because you're coming into your internal yin and yang. Your internal, you're starting to realize you complete yourself. It's nice. You could be seeing 1111 a lot right now. I always say that's showing us our destiny path, right? You see 1111, that's something very destined is unfolding. And it also, when I see 1111, I always make sure to make a wish. So we lost it. I hope, oh my God. So underneath coffin, that was going so good. We got the twin flame, which confirmed the deviation, right? And I was just explaining, you know, how we deviated about the loss and you're over it and da-da-da-da-da. Then twin flame came out. Then underneath magnifying glass, so what you're getting clarity over, we got culmination of effort, completion, abundance, fulfillment, release, fruits of your labor, focusing on your own needs. Harvest season is coming, you're moving on. Yes, the time has come, right? And I was saying, especially with these two here, if I was you, just try not to, we've relieved one block of the love block, right? Release, but we don't want to replace it with another block and start stressing about finances, okay? It's a lesson, right? You don't want to fixate on things you got no control over. Then the next one that came out, this deception, and I kept saying, don't worry about it, like, don't let that get to you. We got end of the season, okay? This whole more info needed with whoever this backstabber, jealousy, all of this stuff. I said, what's the point? These people, if you're really connected to a manipulator, a jealous person, a backstabber, no self-awareness, so they're not losing sleep over it. Okay, fact or not, why let it burden you? I'm guarantee you whoever this person is, they're putting their head on the pillow of a night and they're sleeping like a baby. Okay, don't let it overwhelm you. The universe is trying to teach you to release negativity, especially with things that you cannot control. Okay, spewing, we lost that part because I went into more detail, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Standing alone. New beginnings, new perspective, and your childlike spark. So again, try not to stress about the governments right now, but your innocence, your creativity. And remember I said you feel like you're getting upgraded to the mind, body and soul. More spontaneous energy, again, carefree, just doing things off the cuff, just doing things unexpectedly, not saying no to yourself, just getting out and about. But a new perspective, okay, tender emotion. I love it. Finances, fish. Got nothing to worry about. Overflowing abundance. Just saying, overflowing abundance from tears of sorrow to tears of joy. Don't stress. I hope it got in when I said when everything's going to absolute rubbish and then at the last minute everything falls into place. I hope that didn't delete. But fulfillment, releasing releasing an emotional block. So we've released the twin flame block. Let's relieve the stress of financial block. Okay. And then connection to source. Finally, I'm feeling like you're marrying our creator, but this is about past life love evolving. Not that you can feel it, but proposal, engagement, agreement, next level, promise, partnership, a state of intent, marriage and union. Why do I feel like I shouldn't keep, I don't know. I don't want to, I know this is about their feelings and intentions, but I don't want you guys to fall back into this block. Let's just confirm what's around you first. might end up just doing this for you guys. I'm on the fence with it. Whenever I switch a reading halfway, it's for a reason. Let's just see what's around you first. What's around this collective? If they'll be back, or confession or something's coming, I'll tap into them. But whoa, okay. So we've got intimacy, sexual chemistry. That could be someone new. Yeah, caution. I think you've got to relieve trying to find out all this information right now, but whatever's on its way to you, I think you're going to have your walls up a bit. Makes sense with your energy. I'm allocating this now, source. If confession, they'll be back, or communication doesn't come out, we're not going to tap into this person. I'm just going to tap into you guys. Okay, what's coming next around you and what energy the universe wants you to... Anyway, let's just... Whoa. You did get that tree. You could be coming into quite a fertile season. I don't think the right collective's expecting. Hold on, I want one more. You've got sexual chemistry here with... Anyway, let's get one more for pregnancy, please. The right collective, there's something here intuitively. Maybe you found out that your person is pregnant, or maybe you think that you are coming into a fertile season. Or also, I'm hearing this, I've got quite a few divine collectives where unfortunately you guys lost a pregnancy just before your separation. Maybe that... I want one more. I'm just hearing so many things. Oh. Why do I feel it's the last thing I said? Especially because this is about being used. Maybe you felt really, especially if you got a termination because this person wanted you to get a termination, or you had a miscarriage and this person left. This pregnancy one, for the right collective, it's a trigger point, and there's something intuitively that you know, but maybe you're not trusting your intuition. That caused the breakup. I'm sticking with it. Don't make it fit. This is an important detail. Because then I felt it was the last. This is important. Okay, this person... Maybe that's something you were failing to go over as well. You were so blinded by the label that you forgot how much pain you went through because of this. If this person abandoned you when you lost a child, okay, that is something that takes a long time to heal. And when you're not focusing on that pain and you're just like, oh, I want them back, it's like you never really healed this space in your heart. Okay, it's like you didn't just lose your person. And that coffin card was your first card as well. Don't make it fit. Making room for the new beginning that's on its way to you now. Okay. Intimacy. I think you're moving on from something now. You've got a honeymoon phase on its way. Honeymoon phase. You could be attending someone's wedding. Why do I feel that's someone new? Date night. I feel this collective, you could be... Don't rush it. Don't rush it. I feel you, whatever the case, you've got a lesson in love. Let it be new or old, but I wouldn't rush anything right now. Especially if you're someone 0 to 100 or you fall short to the spark. You've got a love test coming. Let it be old or new. Learn the lesson. Pregnancy, breakup, travel. Maybe a lot of distance was created after this as well. You could have moved, or, and this is also about, you could be planning a trip. One more for that. Guardian, it's a lost, that's my, when I see pregnancy, definitely lost child that watches over you. Okay, and they're on your shoulder. All right, last one, making room for the new beginning that's on its way to you. Love spell. Could be someone new here, my angels, that I think, I see this as mental health a lot. You could be going through some kind of, could have met this person at a gym, I just heard that, but you could be, I think whoever this love is that's coming towards you, I actually feel, especially because this collective, you've gone through so much self-discovery, I think it's going to feel comfortable. I don't think there's going to be anxious. There it is. The confession. Let's get one more. That's too many. But again, commitment. Next person that enters your life, I feel it's going to get quite serious. Just want one more. Cycles. Fate, karma, something ended, something's about to begin. You've got two about new beginnings. We allocated, and I said if confession or communicate or they'll be back doesn't come out, I'm not going to tap into this person. I'm not doing it for the right collective. You don't need that, okay? I do want to see what's around you. First, I want to see how you're shining to the universe. I want to see your energy. Oh my God, you've got your divine masculine strength in play. Action. You found your backbone. You're not listening to other people. I think you're standing in those two together. This is normally, it's quite easily to get swayed by others, especially when it comes to family and friends. But I think the right collective, you're finally balancing your energy points right. I don't think other people's opinions are swaying you right now. I think you're standing in your strength. You're focusing on action. You're focusing on forward movement. You've got better mental discipline, better structure. Whatever you're doing for your career, I think you're going gung-ho. The right collective, you've got, I'm going to say it, you're finally seeing yourself. So your frequency, your energy, I feel is finally presenting more balanced, okay? But one thing I will say, you do have some stress about that snake energy. And that just means, unfortunately, subconsciously, maybe you do still care a little bit too much about opinions. So remember I said, if you don't need answers, just put up a boundary. If someone doesn't sit right with you, put up a boundary, okay? Striking messages and do it with strength. Remember the vulture. He does the dirty work. Again, I always say, speaking up for yourself, as long as it's coming out in a socially acceptable, constructive, kind way, you should never lose your voice, okay? There's a difference between putting up your boundary in a nice, centered, logical place than an emotionally triggered place, okay? They're giving you this strength for a reason. Elephant. I'm reading that, and that's what I believe. You're about to storm through some unstoppable, auspicious, and wise. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, the elephant represents immense wisdom. Trust yourself right now. As well as good fortune. So that's another stress you don't need to stress about. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured the path will soon become clear. That's what I think is going on now. They're finally clearing out your path, especially with this cheetah first. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. So again, boundaries. For the people that everything happens for a reason. And maybe some of the people entering your life need some obstacles to overcome. if you get my drift. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. You're seeing yourself. So the universe is going to test you with this stingray, right? So you might have some family or friends or love that you're meant to stand up for yourself and not be easily swayed by. Just remember that. I just quickly want to touch into this cheetah for you guys. Got a lot of fire here. Oh no, we've got fire, air and water. Solar force, confidence. Action, achievement, masculine energy. The cheetah is the epitome of the solar force at work. You're finally seeing yourself. The sun doesn't shine into the cheetah. It shines from the inside. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten our universe. The energy with the cheetah personality is palpable to others. So you're well liked. You could be a 19. I find people that are ruled by the sun. And 19, sun energy is masculine. But if you're born on the 19th, you guys just leave such a... You know that saying, first impressions last? I find people that are ruled by the sun, you leave such a good first impression on people. You just light up. Where are we up to? And they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. People having a sit front row for your success. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for the cheetah's forward movement. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. Achieves anything, boundless energy. Okay, impatient and competitive. The only reason you'd be activated in jealousy and stuff is probably your competitive nature. Don't give in to it. It brings you out of balance. No one is you. Remember that. We are all one of a kind. No one can, even if people try and, whatever it is, no one is you. No one could ever be you, even if they tried. Buffalo! Your tenacity, your endurance, through rain, hail, through rain, hail, or shine. Nothing stops your cheetah energy. Maybe you've just felt as well, I've had a couple of really kind of exhausted, overwhelmed energy. I just feel you've got like kind of a new lease for life right now. I feel you've been on your journey for a long time. Your clairvoyance, your kundalini, transformation, you're evolving. So your gifts are evolving as well. It's no longer your serpents. It's turning into the dragon. Okay, they truly see an evolution, especially up here. And I said that before your evolving of the mind, body, and soul. Everything's upgrading right now. You could be getting a lot of headaches or a lot of sleeping or not sleeping enough. When our crown and our third eye is shifting and improving, we can feel a little bit run down. But I think the right collective, you've just come out of that. As we said, the dragon sign. Oh, with the way you speak too, you see all. So it's no longer just the snake. You're turning into that. You got your dragon's blood, your fury, unstoppable. Last one. Look at us. Oh. I love this card, but I think paired with the elephant, I think you're finally understanding your full potential. I think you're finally standing into your gifts with strength. I don't think you're questioning yourself. I don't think you're dimming your light anymore. But I will say, even though we're evolving, I'm hearing, not that you're hiding your full potential, but I'm hearing there's still more untapped, unknown gifts that will still come. It's like, even though you're like, right now, there's still more to come, is what I'm hearing. But again, this journey is to teach us perseverance, determination, willpower, consistency, dependability, self-love. It's just to teach us our greatness, to teach us to not give up in life and to keep going. And for the right collective, all of those key things you've been learning. Okay, and I just feel such a big transformation. Yes, more to come, but you're proud of yourself. I think this is more what the universe is holding back, okay? Nothing can get in your way. Remember that. You weave a tapestry of magic for the world around you. You magical being, especially these ones here. Love it. All right. So let's just get what they want you to focus on surrendering right now. And then I want to get tarot and I want to see what's on the way. Okay. Oh, I've got emotion card here. Maybe I need to get you, what emotions do you need to still focus on relieving? Friendship. So they're saying maybe you still need to develop a stronger soul tribe. Okay. Still need to work on a little bit of patience. So they're going to put things in your path right now that call for patience, especially if there is some financial blocks or whatever it is. It's all. And again, whatever's coming in love, remember you need patience. You can't rush it, okay? So they're clearly about to give you something that really ignites emotion of passion, spark, attraction. But your lesson for the right collective, you always rush when it comes to love. 0 to 100, trying to get to the finish line too quick. They're teaching you lessons of patience in a very odd way, making you stress with certain things to do with finances. About to put someone in your life that you'll just want to go gung-ho. They're wanting you to remember. That's another big part of this journey. Learning, determination, perseverance, enduring energy. Okay? So you're about to be tested with patience. And balance. Not, especially if it's love. If you're someone that lavishes love on one and forgets all other aspects of your life, you're about to be put into a situation you need to balance. You can't just be consumed by one thing. And health, I want you to focus on your health. So maybe one thing you are putting off, if you are wanting a better health routine, or you've been wanting to do a water fast, or like there's something here, they're saying it's time. Maybe you've picked up a few little bad habits. These are the things they're wanting you to put your attention on. Things that make you feel balanced, things that you have a sense of urgency to rush, don't. Things that are coming up health-wise, they're wanting you to focus on as well, okay? And continue to grow. And this will create more growth. All right, let's just get you... No more limp. Step into your full power. And procrastination, whatever you're putting off, it's time to do. They've given you this cheetah strength for a reason. Oh my God! Contradiction. I just said don't procrastinate, and now they're saying surrender to non-action. So don't rush things with patience, okay? So, okay. Before I read it, I'm hearing a couple things. Even though there's procrastination that you've got to work on, I think that's more for health. I think that's more for certain things you're putting off that you need to act on. When it comes to trying to rush love, when it comes to trying to rush something with finances because you're stressing about finances, they actually say, don't trust us. We want to see that you trust us, okay? Now is the time to be still and not act. Put all that extra energy that burns you out thinking about abundant and love blocks into your health, into your personal growth, into self-care, because this is what's really going to balance you, mind, body, and soul. Not make money. Biggest sin in this world, greed. Okay, this journey is meant to teach you sovereignty. Okay, simply breathe out and focus on your own power. Let things come to you. Let things unfold. You've clearly put in enough effort to trust and let it unfold. Connect more to them right now. You've got such a spiritual, like all divines are spiritually connected, but right now you're so connected through your crown. They're saying talk to us. Give yourself over completely to prayer and guidance. When you pray from the heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and support will arrive. So whatever you're stressing about, whatever's igniting through impatience, speak to your team. So So your throat's unblocking and your solar, which is a big one with that cheetah energy. Surrender to find the magic again in the little things. You know, when we go on our daily walks, I always call them our treasure hunts, and whatever we find on our path, let it be feathers, let it be little baby eggshells that have just hatched, or a really nice looking rock, or if we go down to the beach and there's beautiful, although you should never take anything from the beach, I think that's bad. My personal belief, I think it's bad luck. But we make sure every day to find the magic in everything. And sometimes when you've been, and it's the gratitude, right? Sometimes when you've been on this path for so long, at the start you're so enthralled by signs and numbers and certain animals you see and little things you find, feathers. But after time it's like, and that stuff makes you really tap into your inner child. But after time, sometimes you stop seeing the wonder and awe. And they're saying right now, again to that child energy, fall back into the wonder and awe around you, because it illuminates your childlike spark. Open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy and flow. One more. One more. Setting limits. That's what that wanted to come out before. Step into your full power. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships which you're about to be tested with. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. Remember we said as long as it's socially constructive, and even if it is just a no, I don't agree, or no, I don't want to do that, or no, I'm going to do this today. You don't need to explain yourself for putting up a boundary. Okay, let's get into what is on its way for you. I'm going to roll a dice. If a 6 comes out, it's months. Anything else, I'm going to do weeks. 6 came out. So how many months ahead am I tapping into? 1. Then why didn't 4 come out? Maybe 6 are the first of... The 6 is important, or 16 is important for this collective. That's confused me a bit. Let's go a month ahead. Maybe I'm going to go 6 weeks ahead. I'm going to do 6 weeks. Actually, let's just confirm. Sorry, that's got me stuck. I don't know why that... Oh! 6. Okay, now we're going to go 6. 616 you could be seeing a lot of. All right, 6 weeks. Next 6 weeks. What's around the corner in the next 6 weeks? Okay, so justice is at play in your life. There could be something coming in the next few days. It's time to act. A fresh start is on its way. An awakening. And focus, action. Your claircognizance, your line to source is powerful right now. You're finally seeing a clear choice. There's something about your decisive energy that's taking place. Justice. 7 of coins in Hierophant. Your beliefs and values are changing as well. Oh my gosh, that's good. 8 of coins. I think you've been becoming a master of your craft. You can see it. Okay, I think within the next few days, for justice to be at play in your life, there is something to do with life lessons, patience, growth and health that they're clearly going to activate with you. Okay. Also, justice is about a lot of truth that takes place that creates balance. There could be legal things that come to the table as well that maybe you were unaware of. Okay. Whatever's been slowing you down in life, whatever's been presented as a lack of effort towards you, whatever's bogged you down, I feel is about to be illuminated. I think your Hierophant energy, and this could be Hierophant, High Priestess, and my divines, right? And he's also my card of magic and rituals. Maybe you've been doing a lot of self-love work, okay? Or maybe you've really been connected to the moon at the moment, the sun. But when it comes to certain beliefs, certain values, certain standards, I think this is really raised for the right collective, okay? And there's something about your dedicated effort to life that I really do feel you're about to come into a big achievement with, especially with all the other decks. I'm also hearing, I'm going to say it, I feel you have quite a bit of consistency coming towards you. I'm not going to lie, even though I'm seeing this, your faith being restored, your all of that, I'm smelling love on this, okay? Let's confirm. Whatever it is, this next 6 weeks, it starts in a few days. So there's shifts coming within the next few days. Okay. Oh my God, 4 of Wands. But I think whatever your 4 of Wands is, it's going to present in, they're going to give you warning signs. Okay, 4 of Wands is my twinny card. But within the next few days, 4 of Wands in reverse is really kind of lack of support, more of a disgenuine energy, family issues, community issues. I actually feel this is what's getting a fresh start. So anything that you've had lack of support, anything that has felt discord, imbalanced, disgenuine, we've got a fresh start coming. Okay, I want one more for that. But I do think family problems are going to be a little. 10 of Cups, harmony, blissful relationship, emotionally fulfilled stability, peace, divine love. I felt that with this. You've got something stewing in the next few days. There is a reason I'm not allowed to tap into this person's energy. You have to see this at face value. If I was you, for the right collective, if everything has fit, I would not be seeking out how this person's feeling about you right now. You need to trust your power. There's a reason they're activating your crown and third eye more right now. They want you to see the situation at hand. They want you to trust your body's... 6 again. 6 is important. They want you to trust what you feel, your body's emotion, okay? It's very rare when I'm doing the, and I know you're in such strength, and as I was doing it, this is why I didn't want to really read this, but now that I'm seeing this, there's something in your justice curtain. Remember I always say that curtain, that shadow card I always pull out, right, is about to be activated. You don't need any answers from me. You don't need any answers from any reader, family, friends. Trust you. They're giving you a strength with your claircognizance, your knowing, your line for reason. Surrender to prayer. Trust intuition and emotion. Okay? And don't rush things. That's probably my biggest advice. What are you seeing clearly? Ah, I love it. You're being realistic. She's our realist, okay? Queen, she's caring, compassionate, classy, sophisticated, elegant, kind, nurturing, but boundaries. She ain't stupid, right? She doesn't get bamboozled, okay? I love that she came out, because if Queen of Swords came out, that would have been maybe a bit cold, a bit detached, very truth-seeking. Come here and tell me the truth. This collective, whatever you're seeing clearly, you're approaching in a very beautiful, realist way. You're not letting emotion drive you. Caring, constructive, kind, but also protecting yourself. True quality of self-love. You're not rushing something, because emotion and attraction and also something with finances too, I'm hearing. Justice. This is what's a little bit alarming here. We want to hope. 6 of Coins. Remember we had that deviation about, was it this reading? Yeah, it was at the beginning. You understand what you can put in the palm tree with the thing, and you deserve that back. You're very aware if things are reciprocated, if it's equal give and take, but also something financially is coming up. There is some things with finances, love, and family. You need to be patient. Make sure you're balanced. trust your body's emotion, especially when it comes to mental health and anxiety, because this is meant to grow you. This next 6 weeks is meant to grow you even more. But you're in synergy, definitely something to do with work. I always say that 3 of coins, it's like 3 different masters coming together and making a masterpiece. Whatever's coming, you're in synergy with. You're seeing all aspects, okay? And I just noticed you've got the power cup. He's the one sitting on his mountain having his cake, eating it too. Castle in the background. Abundant. There is something big in the next few weeks as well to come with your career. It's part of your purple curtain. It's part of your good karma. All right, what's this 7 of coins in reverse? I feel this is going to be relieved. Literally releasing fear and anxiety, hearing and trusting your intuition. Things finally unveiled the right way. Everything that's bogged you down and lack of effort, this isn't worth it. Well, this is nice. You're not trapped in an illusion anymore. You're about to have that moment where you're like, oh wow, that makes sense. That makes sense why it was stuck. That makes sense why it was weighed down. Very nice. This could be your person here. Whoever this is, you felt heartbreak from. It was revoked. It caused obsession. I think there's a transition. This made you feel gullible. It made you feel sad. It took you from extreme highs and lows. But even if they're presenting like this, your values have changed. Your belief system has changed. You're so aware of that 6 of... You're not going to be blinded by 10 of Cups. I'll tell you that right now. You're seeing this differently. That's why it's being released. I want one more. So I feel that's how this person's presenting a transition. Forgiveness, accepting this change, ready to move on from the past, healing, letting go, loving you, healing the burden, especially with this Queen of Coins approach. Standing up for yourself, valuing yourself, in your self-worth. This is with this, you've got a big achievement coming from 8 of coins to 9 of coins, but you're finally in your worth with it. Oh, what's that? I'm not going to lie, I feel that's the burden. I want one more. Oh. I just think there's closure coming from this ending. Finally, a clear vision, thoughts becoming a reality, inception point. One more. But got a very intelligent approach. You're not rushing it. This is good. It shows the patience. You're making sure you get a lot of information before you rush. I think you really start to reflect on the betrayal and you're going through it now. And I'm not saying you're holding resentment, but for them to... This is going to reopen quite a few scars here, okay? But I think you start to really understand and see it clearly. I don't think this person is presenting I don't think they're there just yet. There's some stuff that's gonna, because you're meant to see and it's like you're gonna feel there's more. It's like they're gonna present and your energies aren't going to be completely in alignment, because this is going to help you put up boundaries. Okay, I think this person... You're so about your self-worth, if you know it or not. You're never going to put yourself in a situation that you feel undervalued again. Okay, let it be love, family, friendships, workships, this being here or not. And I think you've got the transition to the 10 of Cups. You're very in touch. And I don't think you do rush anything. You gather a lot more information, but you had that with the magnifier. Don't be holding on to negativity is all I have to say. Fall back into, you need to understand this all happened for a reason, but don't ignore the red flags. And again, back to the first deviation with this, your values, your faith, your beliefs, the way you're seeing love and life completely differently. And I think this is going to shock you a little bit. Yeah, you're not going to get past the nitty gritties. And I think for so long, isn't that funny that fell with it? I think for so long, again, because you were blinded by the label, you were forgetting all the pain and the destruction and everything that happened. Whatever's coming, these things are going to be reopened and illuminated, but for you to see how far you've come. Your justice curtain is in complete force, okay, over the next 6 weeks. So see your lessons. Remember, life's not just meant to be lived, but learnt from as well. So whatever's coming up, emotion, biggest things, balance, patience, health. This will grow you, okay, especially when it comes to internal health, like mind ache, okay. It's really nice. I do just quickly, I just want to get these quickly. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers all and transforms all things. True love does. Let there be closeness between you, but also space. Don't 0 to 100. Love never claims, it simply allows. People that have to be like this in each other's pockets, insecurities, you don't trust each other. It's loneliness, codependence, abandonment. So you just keep them under your wing because subconsciously you think if they see something or this or that, this person's going to give each other space. Okay? Get to know each other again. Actually, those are the cards I'm going to get. Maybe you do need to say, for a true love bond, you need the foundation. I always say you need to have such a good, they should be like your best friend, okay? Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, okay? And your love life will dramatically improve. Build the foundation before rushing anything. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Sign. This is all about patience for this collective. To truly transform this, you need to not repeat your past cycle, okay? It's funny because I kept thinking new love, but clearly this is going to present very new, because it's like I was on the, which means their energy has shifted. So you just trust. Let's just get these quickly. So more healing family issues. There could have been family interference. Another reason you guys can't rush it. Okay, you deserve this love. Through this separation, confirmation. You got the heartbreaker, the revoked offer, and you've got this slow and steady. Spiritual factors, cultural differences, all true divines. You've got these embedded in you, especially the spiritual differences. But this could also be why there's family friction with this, if you guys come from different cultures or religions. But definitely, there it is, heart-to-heart conversation and making the effort slow and steady, okay? And this is underneath the family issues. So there are things that need to be spoken about, but don't be adding fuel to the fire. And don't rush, especially if the universe has put distance between you. I'm going back to that travel. It's for a reason. You don't need to rush anything here. Stay optimistic and slow and steady, okay? One more. 2 more. It was all worth waiting for. Okay. Attraction. So there is going to have to be a big conversation about spiritual, but we're finally going to break the shackles of this. So there's an understanding, but I think through whatever path of spirituality, religion, you're going to, I don't want to say more attracted to each other because of it, but I think you seeing this person's new outlook is going to really draw you to their soul. And hold on, one more. That was flirt though, be more lighthearted. One more. That's way too many. That says true love though. One more. Too many. One more. Reconciliation. Eventually. Don't rush it. Trust. Worth waiting for. Don't rush. All right, my loves. Okay. All right, let's get you some charmies. Oh, the little fiery climax is there. Okay. H. Sailing off into the sunset. Maybe you guys do need a little trip away. But why am I seeing Indonesia, Thailand, beach? Perfect timing when time stops. 26th of the 10th. Your clock could have just stopped as well as a sign. Your clock or your watch has just stopped. Divine timing. Your perseverance and the elephant will pay off, but you still need to work on a bit of patience, communication. Sorry, that's my battery. Communication, lapis lazuli. E, K, I, H, S, B, W, and P, and the baby butterfly. You've got to, I always say, true divines, you go through a healing period together as well. But remember, expecting came out. Baby butterfly. Okay. Oh. All right, guys, so important birthdays or numbers or dates, memories. $80 by itself, 18th to the 3rd, 1818, 181, 7th to the 4th, 4th to the 7th, 64, my favorite angel number, 6 to the 4th, 4th to the 6th, 80 again, 80 is important, 808, 6, 6, 22, 222, unexpected blessings, miracles, 1st to the 2nd, 2nd to the 1st, 5th to the 6th, 6th to the 5th, 6 of the 6th, and then 6 of the 2nd, 2nd of the 6th. All right, my loves, and then 70. All right, my loves, I love you guys, and have a good day.